Hi everyone, my name's Michelle Taylor and I'm your independent consultant for Norwex. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over our mop system and also give you a look at our Envirowand. Two very important things in my household for sure. I love those products. So with the mop system, just so you know, we have two different sizes that you can choose from. We have our mini mop system and we have our superior mop system. So the difference in those are basically the size of the mop pads. So with the mini mop system, you are going to get a little tiny pad. It's going to be just shy of 13 inches from tip to tip. And if you want to do the superior mop system, this is the pad. And from tip to tip, it's 20 inches. So as you can see, that you are going to get quite a bit of extra length with that superior mop system. So depending on how big of an area you have to sweep and mop will really determine what size mop pad that you really want to go with. So small kitchen and bathroom, maybe this mini mop system is going to be your best route. But if you have a larger area, then maybe the superior mop system is going to work best for you. So what you get with the mop system, either one, you are going to get, key part is your lovely mop handle and also your mop pad head. So with the handle, this is a really great thing. So it doesn't matter if you're tall or if you're short like me. This is an adjustable telescopic handle here. So what you want to do is when you're setting up your system for the first time, you want to have this roughly about up to where your chin is to get the, the perfect height for this. And then with your mop pad head, this is where you're going to have, it's like your Velcro. This is the hard scratchy part here. But also, just so you know, is on here, there is a little lock here that you can flip up. This way it keeps this from going back and forth. So this is great if you want to work on your ceilings. You can use this on your ceilings. You can use this on your walls. You can use this on tall windows. It's not just for your floors, ladies and gentlemen. So you can always flip this up and it just helps stabilize that. But when you're doing your floors, it's nice to have this to be able to move things around and get into all your areas. So that's your first part that you're going to get. And then obviously you need your mop pads. So you get two of them with your system. You are going to get the dry mop pad. It's yellow. Think of sun, which is very drying. So this is going to be your dry pad. And then you're going to have a wet mop pad. So blue, think of it as water. So there you go. So you have the blue and you have the yellow. One thing is with your blue mop pad, it does have the backlock technology in it. So there is micro silver woven directly into the microfiber here. And that is going to help remove up to 99% of bacteria off from your floors. So how cool is that? Love this in the bathroom, just saying. So when you are ready to do your sweeping, you're going to grab your dry mop pad. And this is so easy to put together. So easy. Because you have your Velcro on this part. And then you have the other Velcro on the back of your mop pad. So you can literally just plop this onto the floor. And then line this up. Boom, done. It's on there. I didn't have to bend over, do anything. Comparing this to a mop and bucket, think of using a mop and bucket. You've got to go fill up a bucket of water. You got to grab your mop, and then you're hauling it wherever you are. You're splashing it across your floors already. At least I know I always did. And then you're having to mop, and you're mopping, and you're mopping and mopping, and you're having to wring out your mop. You're having to rinse your floors, and then you're having to dry your floors, whether just letting them air dry, which could take 15, 20 minutes or so, depending on how wet your floors had gotten. And then just sometimes you have to use a fan to help dry them a little bit quicker. You're not going to have that with the Norwex products. I'm just telling you that now. This is going to be quick and easy for you. So this is your mop and bucket all in one here, ladies and gentlemen. So what you're going to do is you're going to obviously start with your sweeping first. And you're just going to go around your areas. And I must admit, my floors are not in a clean state. I have not done my floors for quite some time. So I have 3 cats and they love to shed. So as you see, I am doing like a figure 8 motion with this. And this is really key, especially when you're doing the wet mop part. Because if you're doing the wet mop part, which I will demonstrate in just a moment, you don't want to be going like back and forth. Because what's going to happen is if you have your wet mop pad too wet, the head of this is going to flip up on you and it's going to drive you insane. So get in the habit of just doing a figure 8 motion across your floors. Even with your dry mop, it doesn't hurt. So just kind of go around your floors and you will be amazed at what this pad can pick up. So look at all of that. That is dust, that is cat fur, that is just nastiness. Now, one thing is you're saying, okay, well, it's on there. How do I get this off without having it go back all over my floors or whatever? Well, ladies and gentlemen, one other product here to showcase is our rubber brush. This is a great little tool. This can be used on so many things, not just on your mop system. This is great on removing fur from your furniture, from cat and dog beds, from your cars. You know, if you your dogs travel with you in that. You can use this just about anything to help clean up. These little rubber bristles here really get down in there and really clean it. So you have all this. So all you'd have to do is take this over a garbage can and just wipe this down. Whoa, one little wipe and that's all right in here. So that is, these two are a great pair. So that's what you're going to do first. You're going to go ahead and get your floors all swept. And then, ooh, that was so hard. Change it out. Yep. Oh. So now you're going to grab your wet mop pad. Now, when you are ready to do this, you're going to run this under water. And then what you're going to do is just kind of wring it out. So I just roll it up, wring it really good, especially if you have the hardwood floors, because you're not supposed to have them like sopping wet. So this is not holding a lot of water, you know, but it's going to do an amazing job cleaning your floors. So just like with the dry mop pad, plop this down, line this up, and again, do that figure 8 motion to be able to clean your floors. And again, this has that backlock technology where it's going to remove up to 99% of your bacteria from your floors. And the backlock is actually, it's not so much removing the bacteria. That's the microfiber. The densely woven microfiber is actually doing the job of removing that. The backlock part is that over a 24-hour period of time, as your wet microfibers, whether it's your wet mop pad or your cloths, are going to self-purify. So what that is meaning is that the microsilver inside of the microfiber is going to inhibit the growth of bacteria, mold, and fungi. So basically what that means is that, especially with your cloths, you're not going to have the smelly cloths after a day or two, because what those smelly cloths are tons of bacteria. They're just having a party inside your cloths, and they invite their friends and they invite friends, and before you know it, you have a smelly cloth. So now, because I don't have a lot of water on my floors, this is not going to take long for my floors to actually dry. So within a matter of less than 5 minutes, my floors are going to be dry. Now, another great thing comparing the Norwex mop system to the regular old-fashioned mop and bucket, I am not putting chemicals down onto my floors. So as for me, a cat mom, I don't have to worry about my cats walking across my wet floor or even my dry floor and then going and licking their paws. Because right now, all I have down is water. Now, with the old-fashioned mop and bucket, they'd walk across those wet and dry floors. they are actually getting those chemicals onto their paws and then licking and ingesting it. And that is creating a body burden. So also think of your kids, your grandkids who are crawling across the floors and everything. This is a great way to keep them safe, to ensure that they are not ingesting those harmful chemicals, because a lot of chemicals out there have not been actually tested for the harm on humans. We have over the past, back in actually, I think the 1950s, we've had over 2,000 new chemicals be introduced, and only 200 of those chemicals have actually been tested to see the effects on humans. So there are so many chemicals out there, we don't know what are doing to our bodies. And if you see that over time that things are, there's more cases of sickness and autoimmune diseases, things like that, who's to say it's not from your chemicals that you are using on a day-to-day basis? So here is a great way to start creating your safe haven by reducing the amount of chemicals in your home by using the Superior Mop System and cleaning your floors with just water. You will be amazed on how clean your floors will look. They're going to look just as clean as if you did the mop and bucket system, but it's a peace of mind that you do not have chemicals on the floor where your little ones and your furry ones could be ingesting those chemicals. So that is how easy it is to use the Superior and the Mini Mop System, okay? Now, there are a couple other pads that you can purchase for your systems. Now, I have the Superior. So this one here is a tile mop pad. So these darker blues here, that's more of a scrubby. So it's a little nylon microfiber scrubby. So this is great on like your linoleums, your tiles, to be able to kind of get in there and scrub a little bit. Especially in my kitchen, I have linoleum, and spills happen. So, and I don't notice them at first. So I can take this to my kitchen floors and get those all nice and clean. Now, another thing that I personally love, because I have 3 furry kids, is the chenille dry mop pad. This thing is a lifesaver. So see all of these little fingers of microfiber? They are wonderful at getting all the clumps of fur off the floor. This is actually the mop pad that I use the most. I don't use my yellow mop pad that often. I use that more in my bathroom, but the rest of my floors I use this because you'll be amazed at how much it can pick up. Now, your microfibers are statically charged. So before you actually start sweeping in there, rub things together, create more of a static charge. It's really going to attract that dirt and dust and cat fur, dog fur, and everything right to this and hold on to it. So those are my 2 top ones. Now, a new mop pad that just recently came out is the window mop pad. So this is great. You can take your wet mop pad, if you have a big tall window, use that if you want to, or your Envirocloth to wipe down your windows, and then you can take and follow up with the window mop pad. Now, we do have an attachment that is a little bit smaller, but if you wanted to use your mop system handle, you're more than welcome to do that. But we also have a smaller handle that you can get with a small mop head here. It's 3 pieces, and it's great to be able to get your windows all clean. So that is something you can keep in mind on doing your windows. So that is our newest mop pad to our family. So that is our mop system. So real quick, I just want to talk about our Envirowand. And with the Envirowand, this little guy is amazing because he has those fingers to really grab onto the dust. And what I love is that he is bendable. So this guy is great for getting over your fan blades. Just take and one swipe, boom, you're clean. This is also great just if you need to get on top of the door, the tops of doors and everything. You can just do the tip of it. So that's also great. I love it for tops of picture frames. I'm on the short side and pictures are hanging up a little taller. So it has a nice little handle. You can interchange this. Again, if you have the mop system, you can take off this little handle and be able to put this onto your actual long mop system handle. So things are interchangeable. That's a great thing there. Get more uses out of your stuff. So yeah, this is one of my personal top sellers. A lot of people love to get this little guy. And his little sleeve does come off. You can throw him in the washer and the dryer. So that's an easy way to get him all cleaned up. You can also take your rubber brush to be able to clean him off over a garbage can, or take him outside and smack him around and knock that dust out, take your frustrations out. So those are the products I have today. Thank you for tuning in, and you have a great day. Bye.